everybody, it's Amanda from scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Today I'm just doing an overview on all of the Stampin' Up inks and what each one does. There are lots and lots of videos out there about this subject by Stampin' Up demonstrators, but I just wanted to make sure that I had one on my channel for my followers and my customers to make sure that I know I've told everybody, basically. So the first kind of ink pad that we use, and the one that I use the most, is called the Classic Stampin' Pad, and this comes in all the 50 main Stampin' Up colours, okay, which run through all the colour families of neutrals, subtles, brights, regals, and then the in colours. So these are water based, so we stamp with them, and we can also treat them like watercolour paints. So as well as just stamping with them, what you can do is you can add some of that ink to a block or something similar. And then we have two things that you can do. You can use an aqua painter and pick that colour up, and you can watercolour paint with it, okay? The other thing you can do is use one of our blend pens, and you can pick the colour up with that, and you can colour. Okay, and then you just keep on colouring on some spare or scrap card and till the nib runs clear, and then you can use it on a different colour. Now all of them come with a refill. This happens to be one of the old refills. The new ones I believe have got black lids. And so you can refill your pads. So if you look after them, they're going to last you a very, 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 very long time. Now the refills will also work on the Stampin' Right markers, which also come in all of the 50 colours. Okay, now you can't refill the blend pens, those are alcohol markers, and those are non-refillable, but these Stampin' Right ones are water based. It's the same ink that's in the ink pad, so you can use the ink pad refill on those as well. So that is the Classic Stampin' Pad. I just want to quickly mention our Craft Whisper White. Now this is in the old shape ink pad, you can just see the difference there. And what Stampin' Up do when you purchase the white ink, or what's called the Craft, it is sent with the ink pad comes and it arrives and it's dry, and you're sent the white ink and you have to load the pad up yourself. It's very simple. All you do is open it, go side to side in a zigzag motion, and then up and down until you're happy that that pad's saturated with lots of lovely ink, and that's it. That's all you need to do. But that does come slightly different than the Classic Stampin' Pads. So the other ink that we've got is Momenta. Now this is now our only black ink, and it's an awesome, awesome ink. It stamps really, really quite nicely, and it doesn't smudge and smear, and the edges are quite crisp when you're stamping with this. It is still only water based, so you do still have to be careful. But it's a good ink for when you are colouring in stamped images to try and combat some of that bleed out. You can also get the refill from Stampin' Up as well, the Momenta. Now you can't put this in the black Stampin' Right marker pen, unfortunately, because it's two different types of ink. But yeah. So I've had this for years. I did buy the refill from Stampin' Up, and again, when your pad goes dry, you simply refill it and carry on going. Again, if you look after them and you're careful, they will last you a very, very long time. So they are awesome value for money in that sense. The other ink that Stampin' Up do that's just has come back to the catalogue is Stays On. I love it. I love Stays On. I love the smell of it. I love the quickness that it dries. You just have to be careful. This is a solvent-based ink, so it dries super quick. But you just have to make sure that if you use it on your Stampin' Up stamps, that you use the Stays On ink cleaner. To clean that ink off, otherwise it will stay on your stamps, it will stain them, and with it being solvent based over a very long period of time, repeated use, it might, you know, not do your stamps very much good, but so long as you're using the correct cleaner for it, it would be absolutely fine. Now I only use this in certain circumstances. I use the Momenta Black all of the time for stamping in black. I only use StazOn if I want to stamp on something such as acetate sheet or fabric or wood, something that needs an ink that's going to be fixed and permanent, whereas this one is water based. Okay, so that's the difference. That one's solvent based, it dries immediately, it won't smudge and it won't come off, it's permanent. That one is water based, so if you stamped and then you added water to it, it would run out. This one won't. And also this one wouldn't stamp brilliantly on non-porous surfaces. This one will stamp on non-porous, as I say, such as acetate, wood, metal. You can stamp just about anything with StazOn. It's awesome. Okay, and no, that's the Watermark. I don't have the refill for this one, but you can get a refill for it. And again, if you look after them, they last forever. And then we have the Watermark stamp pad. So what you can do with this one is you can stamp a clear image. And that will dry and that will stay on your cardstock, but it would show like a watermark. Okay, but the main thing that we use them for, the main thing that I use them for, is for heat embossing. So you would stamp, add ink onto your stamp and then sprinkle it embossing powder on, and then heat set it with a heat gun, and that is heat embossing. So this is the ink that we use for that, and again you can get the refill for it. So again, if you look after them, if you invest in these ink pads and make sure you've got a good selection, the cost is worth it because they do last years. I've had this one and this one and this one long before I even joined Stampin' Up, and I just refill them. They're awesome. So there you go. So that is all of the Stampin' Up inks in a nutshell. I hope that helps. I hope it makes you understand all of the inks and what they all do. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.